Hi, and welcome to another crypto market update video. This week, we can see that the market cap is just below $1.8 trillion. Um, Nothing much changed. I believe we had the same number, about the same number last week, but I'm not 100% sure about this. The Bitcoin dominance is 40.6%. Bitcoin is currently trading around $38,500, and in the past 7 days it went up by a shy 2%. Ethereum, on the other hand, is trading around $2,500 and went down almost 3% in the last week. Let's take a look at the winners of the past week, and we can see that we have Waves, 66.1%. That's a big increase. I think we'll chart this today. We have Thorchain, which went up almost 30%. Juno, almost 25%. Chills, or Chile, sorry, 20%, and everything else, only a few percentages. Let's take a look at the weekly losers, and then we can see that we have humans.ai, 17%. That's not too bad, actually, I guess. Uniswap went down 15%. Yeah, that is it. So maybe we will chart Waves and Uniswap today, because those are more known projects. Now let's switch over to TradingView, and let's take a look at the picture of the current state of the market. So let's move to the total market cap. And before we get into the current analysis, let's actually check the weekly chart. So now we can see what we did in the past week. I'm just going to remove all my drawings. There we go, or just hide them. So this is the past week. We started testing in higher area, but then later the week we really saw a decrease. As it stands, we still haven't lost this low over here, so the market is still okay. I really don't want to lose this this low though, because if we do lose that low, then yeah, we are gonna see lower prices. We're likely going to this area over here, and that would mean, well, let's say if we take it from where we are right now and we go, let's say, over here, then that's a 20% decrease. So in this case, you will probably see coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum dropping at least 15 to 20%, and then the altcoins will bleed even more. And well, it depends on the project really, but I would not be surprised if we will if we lose this low, if the altcoins are gonna bleed, and we will see certain altcoins drop 30 to 40% in value. So be careful. Um, let's go and switch to the daily. Um, Again, found some really nice support here, as you can see over here. If I highlight this, this is a great area of support. So hopefully we can form a bottom here and then push up again. That would be nice, but we'll have to see what's gonna happen. Let's actually start at the 4-hour chart now. All right. So we are trying to set a. Did we lose this? Yeah, we did lose. We did lose this low. This low has been lost. Uh, However, the market quickly made a recovery, so that's looking decent. If we can go up from here, then it's okay to form a low here. Yeah, not bad at all. I see why the market went this direction. Um, I'm actually not going in too much detail about the whole market. First of all, because uh, there is a lot of fear in the market at the moment with the war going on. Um, So it can be a little bit unpredictable. But secondly, um, this chart looks really, really like the Bitcoin chart. Um, so I'm just gonna go to the Bitcoin chart. If you can memorize this pattern over here, what we can see on the screen right here, even with this drop-off point, everything that I marked, then if we take that to Bitcoin, then we can actually see that we're in the same similar situation. All right, so let's move to Bitcoin. And as you can see, um, similar drawings, similar charts. Right, so before we go in depth here, let's hide everything and go to the weekly and see what Bitcoin did on the weekly. And we see that it had a similar candle as the total market, um, um, yeah, to the market. Um, didn't lose this low, so that's good. We did see liquidity here. We saw liquidity here. All right, let's go to the daily. Yes, okay. What I would like to see is and I don't know if it's gonna happen, but it seems to be going that way. But this is not a guarantee, of course. With trading, there's never a guarantee. Um, okay, ignore all my drawings for now. But okay, actually, let me just delete them. I can just recover this anyway. So first of all, if we connect the lows, then we can see that we have this sort of uptrend forming, right? This doesn't really say anything, right? Because it's just the direction of the market. Um, there we go. We can see that the market leans on the strength line. Now, so there's a little bit of an upwards pressure, but we can also clearly see that we have these highs forming. And if we connect this, then we have a nice ascending triangle. So this is probably this is actually what I saw. Um, so usually with patterns like this, you will continue to, you know, go down this, what do you call it? This pattern basically. Um, and according to stats, um, there's a 70% chance of a breakout to the upside, which means something like this will happen. Um, However, keep in mind that with these patterns, it's usually just 50-50. So we are going to dive into a deeper analysis. Let's remove everything again, and then I'll get my drawings back. There we go. Let's take a look at the, sorry, about the, let's take a look at the 4-hour chart and see what we can find here. Right. So first we need to um, see what happened last week, right? So last week I said that we set this low, set a higher low, and this is the high that we wanted to gain. And this is also what I drew. We want to get above it, and then maybe a back test, and then continue going upwards, right? That is what my drawing says. And this drawing is still valid as well, where we actually want to gain the $45,000 area. But since we're now at $38,000, we're not looking at 45K. This is, of course, an area we still want to see. We still want to gain this and continue upwards to around, yeah, I would even say 48 to 50K. However, we're not there yet. At the moment we're here, so this is where we need to look at. Right. So I can delete this low over here. That's old. I'm gonna keep this for now. This low. Well, I'll keep these. I'll keep these. I'm gonna remove this high though, and I'm also going to remove this drawing over here. So what happened? So what I said is we needed to gain this purple line of around let's say $40,000, and what happened is we saw a really big uh, a big move upwards, a couple green candles to the upside, really nice, and then eventually we even gained the $43,000 level, which was really nice. We did that almost in one go, basically. Well, not really, because the 4-hour chart was gained over here. But we also had a test of this area, and unfortunately, we couldn't gain it. We rejected it. You can see that the market tested this area. This is what we wanted to gain and continue, as I drew over here before. However, we got rejected. Now, this rejection was very expected. This was a really great shorting opportunity. If you did take a short there, then yeah, I mean, yeah, even right now, a profit of 13%. That's amazing. Um, so this short was really expected. However, so if we see this whole pump, right? You saw this whole pump. Let's act like we don't know what happened over here. So we're just ignoring this. We can see with this nice pump upwards, we know it's very likely we get rejected here. So what we want to do is form a higher low, because this was our previous high and we are above it right now. We created this higher high. So now we want to create a higher low, and the last low you made, or Bitcoin made, was over here at around $37,500. So we're looking for a higher low, and the higher you set the higher low, the more stronger it is. So that would mean here, right, around the $42,000 area would have been a great test. I mean, a great back test and setting a higher low, and then continue upwards to 50k. If not, then this would be a great area around 40k, right? Because that's the last point that our last high that we can backtest and then set a nice higher low. All right. Now, what happened? Let's see. We can see over here that we did exactly test the $42,000 area. This was a great entry. However, if you look on the smaller time frame, then we got rejected here, which is based on the price action over here. This volume node over here, like if I draw this volume node over here, like a line over here, you can see the volume nodes, support, support, resistance, 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 support, and here you can see that you could have bought on this entry and then probably shorted this area for a quick scalp. Not the best trade, but it was possible. Um, so over here we found support, and then instead of continue going upwards, Bitcoin dropped down some more below the level of $42,000, and then we tested it back again. We back tested it, and that confirms that we officially lost the level. Well, we already did. You can see that over here on this 4-hour chart. Sorry, for this 4-hour candle. This is where Bitcoin lost the $42,000 area, and this candle is like a backtest, confirms that we actually lost it, and that's when we saw lower prices. Now we didn't find support over here at all. We just blasted through the 40k support, and then we backtested it as well, lost it again. So that's very unfortunate. However, we still haven't lost this low. We still maintained the 37.5k, and it was a great entry. Like if you search for an entry around this area, it would have been spot on. It would have been spot on. Probably if you look at a lower time frame, like the 15 minutes chart, this is where you can fine tune your entry. I probably would have bought around this area over here, and then I would have been filled over here. And now you can see that there is a little uptrend forming. All right, let's go back to the 4-hour charts because that's more important. So those were some trades that you were able to pick up. Now the question is this the actual low? Because we don't know that, right? We're now moving upwards, and what I want to see is I actually want to see uh, Bitcoin gaining something significant. So I would like to see at least a test of 40k, and then it's okay to reject for a little bit, and then maybe find some support over here, and then continue, and then going upwards again to around this area, which is based on this price action, um, right? And then backtest again, good point for an entry, and then continue moving upwards to this area. That is my analysis for Bitcoin. So basically, this is what I want to see. I want to see a test of 40k, maybe a back test to around $38,000, and then continue the momentum, gaining this 40k level, and then continue upwards. That is what I want to see. And that is basically how price action works, right? Once we gain 40k, then we can look at 42k. Do we gain 42k? Then we can go and go back up here. We already gained this drop off point, so I can actually delete it. Um, then we can try and gain 45k. Once we gain 45k, then we can look at 50k and yeah, so on. On the other side, if Bitcoin loses this low of $38,000, the one that we tested before, then we will see lower prices, and we will likely seek liquidity here of below 35k. It's not really something that I want to see. So in general, I just want to see this picture playing out. All right, so that is it for Bitcoin. Let's quickly go to Ethereum because I've been talking a bit too much, but it's okay. Let's go Ethereum. That should be a bit easier now. All right, Ethereum. This has been played out. We can see the rejection here. We wanted to see a gain here. Now we had the gain. We had the gain. Ethereum gains this area, and you can see that this line of potential support was found here. So this was a great opportunity to buy. So if you watched last week's video and you paid attention, then you could have uh, bought Ethereum around here, and you would be in a good position. Cover your loss, cover your stop loss, and put it in profits, and then just let it go. Um, so that's played out. Actually, I'll keep it on. I'll keep it for now. It's a bit of a similar situation, of course, with Bitcoin because they correlate so much. Basically, you want to go upwards. You want to test this area. Then there's a little volume node over here. You want to get test the $2,800 area, maybe back test, and then continue upwards, testing 3K, and then back testing again, and continue the uptrend. That is what you want to see on the upside. So possible entries for longs. You have to wait for the test of around 27 2750 ish. So you're waiting for this test, and then you could seek a buy entry around this area over here. Maybe we can find a confirmation with a Fibonacci. Yeah, around this area, you can see that the Fibonacci confirms it. So you could find an entry there, if not a little bit higher, or you can play it safe, wait for the test of 3K to happen, and then you buy in around $2,800. But you probably have to look on a lower time frame around the $2,800 level for an entry, and then you can continue upwards. On the downside, if we lose this low over here, then we will go to $2,400, and if we lose that, then we will go to even lower prices. But for now, we don't have to look at that. All right, I'm quickly going to chart waves and Uniswap. So let's do that. So let's start with waves. All right. So I charted this a couple of weeks before ago, I think. Maybe it was even last week. I don't know. But I recently charted this. This was the drop-off point. This is the point that we needed to gain, is what I said. Um, I can actually remove that now because we can see that we clearly gained this. We can also see that the Fibonacci has been very well respected. So that's excellent. Uh, we can actually see that a rejection here, another rejection. I drew this line. That's what we want to gain. That happened. Push upwards. Found support exactly here where it needed to be. Um, over here, I expected a backtest of a rejection of the 13.5 level around this one. We can remove that now. And then another um, chance opportunity to buy. However, that didn't entirely play out, or actually did, because I removed a few lines too much. Basically, here you can see that we tested the purple line. I mean, it was a bit front run, but it is the same price action. So this was the test, and then this was the entry. This was the perfect entry. And if you bought there, then yeah, good job. Um, we can remove this now. We can also remove the Fibonacci. We can also remove this. Then we wanted to gain the 13.5 level. And what happened is we went to higher prices. All right, so now we're here. And what is next? I need to go to the higher time frame because I actually need to see some things. Um, yes. Okay, so we are likely testing. Well, we already tested this area. Yeah, we already tested this area. Okay, so um, it could still go up in the next couple of days. A test of around $22 will be great. That is this. Well, it's a bit tricky to draw, but around this level is what we want to test. So around $22.50. That would be great. Um, for an entry, you'll need to wait a little bit. I would like to see a back test of this area, so around 18.4. Um, however, it could be a little bit lower as well. I don't know if I would try that. I guess you could somewhere in this area you could look for a an entry. Maybe we can get a confirmation with Fibonacci's. Well, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so this is basically the area you're looking at for an entry. It is a bit aggressive though. If you want to play safer, then you can also look lower. Or, below $15 or even lower, around $12. But for now, this is as it stands. If waves actually gains the $22.50 area, so let's say eventually it will do this. This is a great buying opportunity. Um, that would be incredibly bullish. Gaining this level and then maintaining here around $22.50, then things are looking really, really good for waves. Then you can see a back test of around this area, well, great line, $26.50, and then potentially you could look at $32, uh, and maybe even all-time high, but you cannot talk about that yet if you're here. So that is it for waves. What was the other coin we were gonna do? Uniswap. So let's go to Uni Uniswap. All right. I don't know what this is. Just delete that. Oh, this is all old. All right. Uniswap. Hmm. Doesn't look that great, does it? You can see that based on price action in the past, right? I've been looking at this low over here of around $7. Um, why this low? You can see this high over here. You can see the backtest over here. You can see the interaction over here, and then all the way over here, bam, would have been a great entry. And then this is such an obvious short over here. So that would have been an excellent trade of around 36% in just a matter of just over 1 or 2 weeks. Um, right. So that was tested and rejected. You don't want to lose this low though, and it hasn't been lost yet. You don't want to lose this low of $8.50 because then you will probably go down towards $7.50 again. If you lose the $7.50 area, then you will see lower prices. I would say down to 650, maybe even all the way down to 5.5. But this depends on the market conditions as well. So the whole state of the cryptocurrency market. Um, Eventually you want to gain this area, right? You want to gain the $10.50. So even if you do this, it's fine. You want to test this, and then eventually you want to gain it. Um, yeah, gaining this would be great. Then testing the $12.50 area, and if you gain that, then you can look at a bit of some higher prices. Maybe a rejection around $15, or a test of $17, $18, maybe even $19. But for now, this is all you can look at. You need some kind of reversal because you are in this very 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 long downtrend and you need to break it, and you can only break it by gaining something. So gaining this around $10.50 uh, would be crucial. All right, because last week I forgot it. Today we are taking a look at the Bitcoin dominance as well. So let's do that before we end it. We can still see that, well, I don't know if you saw my last videos, but like I said, I still, in the big picture, I still predict Bitcoin uh, to make a big move upwards and to dominate the crypto charts again. But before we do that, we need to gain something, even on the Bitcoin dominance charts. We can see a nice little uptrend forming, very nice. Um, Slowly creeping up. Um, I think once it gets past 47%, then things will take off for Bitcoin. So we're slowly getting there, just grinding upwards. That's fine. Um, we'll see what happens. All right, so that is it for this week. If you like this content, please like, share, subscribe, and if you want me to chart any coin, let me know, and I'll push out the content. All right, thank you, and bye bye.